They seemed like the perfect neighbors. A well-kept lawn, polite smiles, a friendly wave every morning, a golden retriever barking happily in the yard. But no one knew that inside that quiet suburban home, beneath the floorboards and flower pots, lay a secret so disturbing, it would haunt the entire community forever. This is not a horror movie. This is a true story. In 1997, in the peaceful town of Eldridge, Iowa, the Matthews family moved into a charming two-story house on Mulberry Lane. The father, George Matthews, was a respected electrician. His wife, Claire, was a stay-at-home mom, known for baking cookies for the neighborhood kids. Their two children were well-behaved, got good grades, and went to church every Sunday. No one suspected a thing, until one day someone went missing. It started with a local teenager named Amanda Clark. She was last seen walking home from school, just 3 blocks away from the Matthews residence. Her parents searched everywhere. The community rallied, handing out flyers and organizing night patrols. But Amanda had vanished without a trace. 2 months passed. Then a second teen disappeared. This time a 17-year-old boy named Jeremy Wallace. Again, no evidence, no witnesses, no clues. Panic spread through the town. The Matthews family offered condolences and casseroles like everyone else. They joined the search parties. They lit candles at vigils. But behind the locked door of their basement, something else was happening. It wasn't until the smell started. Neighbors reported a foul, rotting odor drifting from the Matthews backyard. Some thought it was a dead animal. Others ignored it. But one night, during a thunderstorm, lightning struck a power line and caused a small fire in the Matthews garage. Firefighters arrived quickly. They put out the flames, but then one of them smelled the stench again, stronger this time, coming from the basement door. They opened it. What they found was beyond comprehension. The basement was soundproofed. The walls were lined with old, yellowed newspaper. There were shackles, chains, and blood-stained mattresses. Hidden behind a false wall was a narrow tunnel, just wide enough for one person to crawl through. At the end of it, they found Amanda. She was alive, barely. Next to her was a second body, decomposed beyond recognition. The town erupted in horror. The police arrested George Matthews on the spot. But the deeper they investigated, the darker the story became. George had constructed the basement chamber himself. According to Amanda's testimony, he had been abducting teenagers for over 5 years, using the underground tunnel to smuggle them in. Some he kept alive for weeks. Others didn't survive past the first night. Claire Matthews claimed ignorance, but many found that hard to believe. The soundproofing, the nightly errands, the locked door she said she never questioned. George never spoke a word during interrogation, not even during trial. But what shook investigators the most wasn't what George did. It was what they found buried in the concrete floor. 11 bodies, all children, all reported missing from different states between 1991 and 1996. George Matthews was sentenced to death. Claire received 15 years for aiding and abetting. The house on Mulberry Lane was demolished. But locals say the land still feels wrong. Dead birds are often found near the plot. Some claim to hear crying underground. And perhaps the most disturbing question remains unanswered. How many more victims were never found? Because when investigators searched George's old notebooks, they found a single word scribbled over and over on dozens of pages. Basement. But they only ever found one. What do you think? Was Claire truly innocent? Or was she part of something much, much darker? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, sometimes the scariest monsters wear the friendliest faces.